Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Sarf lesson 11.
So thus far we have completed all the family 1 patterns.
And before going any further, let's have a look at the following notes. Number 1, there are 6 variations of family 1. And what we mean by that is that in the family 1 past and present tense, we see that we have no constant haraka on the ain kalimas of the past tense and the present tense. So because of that, we have 6 variations of family 1. So we call variation bab. So we have bab fataha yaftahu, the first one, where we have a fatha on the ain kalima on both the past and the present. The second one is daraba yadribu, fatha on the ain kalima on the past and kasra on the ain kalima on the present. The third one is sami'a yasma'u, kasra on the ain kalima on the past and fatha on the ain kalima on the present. Then bab number 4, hasiba yahsibu, both kasras on the past and present. And bab nasra yansuru, kasra on the ain kalima on the past and dhamma on the ain kalima on the present. And the last one is karuma yakrumu, both dhamma on the past and the present. So these are the 6 variations that you will find in the family 1 throughout Arabic. The second note is that variation karuma yakrumu, which is a rare variation of family 1, has, instead of a ismul fa'il, it has a sifa mushabba, which is of the form fa'il. So words like kareem, rahim, sami', those are the sifa mushabba for bab karuma yakrumu instead of having a ismul fa'il. The second thing about karuma yakrumu is that it has no passive verb and no passive noun patterns. So in other words, what we're saying is that if we look at the family 1, the normal pattern for all the 5 variations, we have فعل يفعل فعل فاعل فعل يفعل مفعول افعل لا تفعل. So that's the general pattern for family 1. But bab karuma yakrumu, if you look over here, you'll see that I added a dhamma over there and a dhamma over there onto this pattern to show that it is bab karuma yakrumu. In this case, we'll see that it has a sifa mushabba instead of a ismul fa'il in the normal pattern. And here we have a passive section, which is the past and present, and then we have a passive noun. In the case of bab karuma yakrumu, we have no such past and present majhul passive and no passive noun also. So that's the difference between bab karuma yakrumu and all the other babs. But like I said, bab karuma yakrumu is not commonly found. So the 6 variations of family 1 are bab fataha yaftahu, bab daraba yadribu, bab samya yasma'u, bab hasiba yahsibu, bab nasra yansuru, and bab karuma yakrumu. So in the following exercise, let's have a look at these verbs and see which variation they do belong to. So kasabtum, kudfat fataha yaftahu, daraba yadribu, or nasra yansuru, the past tense, because it's past tense. So it could fit any of those 3. So that what we do then to know exactly is we go to the answer dictionary and we check which variation it is. So if you go to the dictionary, you will find kasaba yaksibu. So kasaba yaksibu would then be on bab daraba yadribu. Next one, rafa'a. So rafa'a could also be fataha yaftahu, daraba yadribu, or nasra yansuru, because it's past tense. So if you go to the dictionary, you will find rafa'a yarfa'u. So it would be fataha yaftahu. Then next one, yahzanuna. So that is present tense, and the zal is the ain kalima, which has a fatha. So it could be either fataha yaftahu, sami'a yasma'u. So one of those two, either fataha yaftahu or sami'a yasma'u. So if you go to the dictionary, you'll find it as hazina yahzanu. So that means it would be on the sami'a yasma'u, bab sami'a yasma'u. Next one, yaqtuluna, present tense. The ain kalima is a dhamma, so it can either be nasra yansuru or karuma yakrumu. In the dictionary, you'll find it as qatala yaqtulu, which would be then of the variation nasra yansuru. Next one, nal'abu. So ain kalima is a fatha, it can either be fatah yaftahu or samya yasma'u. If you go to dictionary, you will find it is as la'iba yal'abu, so samia yasma'u, that variation. Next one, يقبضون. So it can also be, can either be ضرب يضرب or حسب يحسب. And if you go to the dictionary, you'll find it as قبض يقبض, which means it's on the verb ضرب يضرب. Next one, عهدنا. So عهدنا, you would find it is verb سمع يسمع, because in the dictionary it says عهد يعهد. That is سمع يسمع. Next one, يكفرون. It is present tense, has a dhamma on the ain kalima, so it's either nasara yansuru or karuma yakrumu. The dictionary will tell you it is nasara yansuru, kafara yakfuru. Next one, yahbitu, can either be daraba yadribu or hasiba yahsibu. It's going to be bab daraba yadribu because it would be habata yahbitu. And ya'maluna, it is bab would be sami'a yasma'u because its past tense is amila. So amila ya'malu. So it is bab sami'a yasma'u. Next one, rahubat is going to be karuma yakrumu because it is the only one who has in the past tense a dhamma on the ain kalima. So rahubat yarhubu. Next one, arafu. So arafa is the past tense, so it will be either fataha yaftahu, daraba yadribu, or nasara yansuru. In the dictionary it says عرف يعرف, so it would be ضرب يضرب. يفسقون can either be نصر ينصر or كرم يكرم. In the dictionary it says فسق يفسق, so it's on bab نصر ينصر. So from that exercise we get to know that bab كرم يكرم and bab حسب يحسب are not that common, they are quite rare. So if you do come across a word that is from family 1, you can narrow down your choices of the variation of the verb to those 4 which are more common, and then if that's not the case, then check up if it's hasiba yahsibu or karuma yakrumu. And the benefit of the variations is that each of the different variations of a particular verb would have a different meaning to it. So say for example we have daraba yadrubu, maybe for example, I don't think it exists, but say we had that would have a different meaning to daraba yadribu, or even to dariba yadrabu perhaps. So each variation has a different meaning to it, and that is the benefit of knowing the variations of the different words. So here is the complete family 1 pattern that we have done. So I have highlighted in green the beginnings of the patterns. So fa'ala, yaf'alu, fi'l, fa'il, fu'ila, yuf'alu, maf'ul. And then for the command and the prohibition we have if'al, la taf'al, because we said we primarily deal with the second person conjugations for the command verb and the prohibition verb. Also, we see that I have included the sifa mushabba here to illustrate that the ism fa'il would not exist for bab karuma yakrumu, we will have a sifa mushabba instead. And also I have included the other conjugations for the ismul fa'il and the ismul maf'ul, the active noun and the passive noun. I've included these conjugations here also. So like for example, fa'il, fa'ilani, fa'iluna, fa'ilatun, which is feminine, fa'ilatani, and fa'ilatun. The same with the maf'ul, the ismul maf'ul, the passive noun. I've also included over here the pronouns indicating who the doers are on each conjugation. Huwa, huma, hum, here, and etc. So that is the whole of family 1. If you do come across a verb anywhere in your reading, then please do put them on these patterns and read them continuously so that you can become more and more familiar with the family 1 pattern. So since we have completed family 1, inshallah we're going to start learning the other families. And on page 23 we have a list of all the 10 patterns, and this is added in your book so that you can inshallah have a quick reference for any verbs that you come across to see which of the 10 families it belongs to. So you might have a question as to whether there might be an easier way to be able to reference the patterns. And the answer is yes, and if you can go to page 51 of your workbook. So on page 51 we have a reference to all the 10 patterns also, But in this case, we have, in between our patterns, we have words like فهو, فذاك, الأمر منه, والنهي عنه. And those words would be added into all the 10 families between the different patterns. So how we would learn these verbs, let's have a look at family 1 because that's what we have done. So how we'd learn these patterns is that we would read the family 1 pattern, for example, using the root letters فعل. So we'd say فعل يفعل فعلا فهو فاعل وفعل يفعل فعلا فذاك مفعول الأمر منه افعل والنهي عنه لا تفعل. Another root letters is ضرب. So ضرب يضرب ضربا فهو ضارب وضرب يضرب ضربا فذاك مضروب الأمر منه اضرب والنهي عنه لا تضرب. Another one would be نصر. So نصر ينصر نصرا فهو ناصر ونصر ينصر نصرا فذاك منصور الأمر منه انصر والنهي عنه لا تنصر. So what is extra in this pattern is that we've added the masdar. The masdar appears twice. The verbal noun or root noun, it appears twice. So just using fa'ala, let's look at the meanings that this reference pattern produces. So fa'ala, he did, yaf'alu, he is doing, fi'lan, the act, fahuwa fa'ilun, so he is the doer, wa fu'ila, and he was done to, yuf'alu, he is being done to, fi'lan, the act, فذاك مفعول, thus he is the one who is done to. Al-amru minhu, the command of it is you must do, والنهي عنه, and the prohibition is you must not do. So let's look at ضرب. ضرب, he was hitting. يضرب, he is hitting. ضربا, hitting, فهو ضارب, so he is the hitter. وضرب, he was hit. يضرب, he is being hit. ضربا, hitting, فذاك مضروب, thus he is the one that is being hit. الأمر منه, the command of it is اضرب, you one male hit, والنهي عنه, and the prohibition is you one male don't hit. So if we learn the pattern like this, the more we read it, inshallah we'll become familiar with it, and it will be an easy way for us to reference any pattern within the family 1 pattern for now, and inshallah when we learn the other families, for all the other families then inshallah. So for homework, revise today's lesson and then complete the exercises on the Google Classroom stream on page 24 of the workbook. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.